The beautiful coastline of Maine. Today is Maine Day from Fenway Park, and a beautiful afternoon. It's game 4 of a 4-game series between the Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the Red Sox have really enjoyed the first 3 games of this series, and today, the return of John Lackey.
Well, this is certainly a good sight for the Boston Red Sox, because the last time we saw Lackey was on the mound in Toronto early in the season, and it looked like he re-injured that elbow again that was surgically repaired. Fortunately for Lackey, it was just a bicep injury, and since that time he's done some long toss, finally got into a rehab assignment in Portland, pitched fairly well in that, and back on the mound today. Now, the Red Sox expect Lackey to hopefully go 5 innings in this ball game. With a day off tomorrow, they have a full complement of relief pitchers in that bullpen that they can go to if John can go 5 innings in this game today. So everybody happy to see him back, and everybody in the Red Sox wishing Lackey good luck today.
Well, the Red Sox trying to make it a clean sweep of the Houston Astros. It's a beautiful day in the back bay of Boston. We're back after this with the first pitch. By Dunkin' Donuts, Hyundai, Toyota's official site for deals by Toyota.com, and by Southwest Airlines. Welcome back to Maine Day here at Fenway Park as the Red Sox and the Houston Astros wrap up the series. It's time now for the visiting Houston Astros lineup on this Maine Day from Fenway.
At second base, Jose Altuve. The catcher, Jason Castro. At first base, Carlos Pena. The DH, Ronnie Cedeno. In left field, Fernando Martinez. The third baseman, Matt Dominguez. The right fielder, Rick Ankiel. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Marwin Gonzalez.
Nice job, Jarek, from Windham, Maine. As for the Red Sox, today's starter is brought to you by Verizon Fios, and John Lackey in his only start of the year lasted 4 1/3 before walking off the hill and clutching that arm. And thankfully, a biceps injury, and back he is on this April the 28th. And there's the first pitch of the ball game in there for strike one, and we are underway. Robbie Grossman leading it off here for the Astros in the first inning. Grossman, who batted ninth in last night's game, leads it off tonight and hits it 118. 2 for 17 so far in the year for Grossman. And in center field again, where he has been for the 4-game series. Jerry, as we said, when we saw Lackey leave the mound, we thought it might be for the remainder of the season the way it looked, but certainly glad to have him back.
Well, it certainly looked like it was the elbow again at first. And then we found out later it was the bicep, and we could see him grabbing the bicep area, but you didn't know at the time whether it was going to be, connected to, obviously, with the elbow problem that he had. But fortunately it was not, and back on the mound today.
That's a strike as he was headed down to first base, but gets the bad news from Jordan Baker, who has the plate today. Bo Porter's Astros have dropped the first 3 games of the series. Swing and a miss, and a nice start to the day for John Lackey. Strikes out Robbie Grossman.
A cutter here from John Lackey to pick up his first strikeout of the afternoon. Cut fastball on the outside part of the plate.
One out for Jose Altuve, who's had a good series for the Astros. Was one of the few Astros who really enjoyed the series at the beginning of this season.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you on Nesson by Southwest Airlines. They are 5th in the league with 9 errors in 24 games. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Drew the shortstop. Pedroia at second. Napoli at first. Carp, Ellsbury, Nava in the outfield. And Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Lackey.
John Lackey making his second career start against the Astros. And misses high with that pitch to Altuve. Altuve coming in, hitting at .340 on the year with a home run, 12 runs batted in. Astros as a team coming in, hitting at .252. It's on the ground to short, and Stephen Drew throws out Altuve for the second out. Let's send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well done, John Lackey on the mound today, and hoping to continue that success the Red Sox starters have had since the start of the season. And it brings us to our AT&T Twitter question of the day. We want to ask the fans at home, regardless of his performance today, just back from the injury, how big of an impact do you feel John Lackey needs to have this season for the overall success of the Sox starting rotation? Send us your tweets at the hashtag LackeyOnTheHill, and we'll reveal the best one later in the game.
All right, Jenny, thanks very much. And John Lackey has 2 outs here in the first inning. Certainly motivated coming into this season after really missing all of last year, the Tommy John surgery, and the year before that a tough season, and looking forward to getting back to what he used to be, which was a dominant ace in this league, and hoping to do that in a Red Sox uniform for the first time. As a pitch is a swing and a miss for Castro.
Good curveball that time from Lackey to jump ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So far he's thrown his fastball, his curveball, his cut fastball.
One-two pitch. Castro will take it down low. He was pitching very well until the injury in Toronto, and again that outing for Lackey lasting only 4 1/3 innings. He'd given up 2 runs to that point. Ended up taking the loss.
He actually had 8 strikeouts in that game in the 4 1/3 innings that he pitched before leaving with the injury. Velocity on the fastball right now at about 93 miles an hour.
Three-two pitch to Castro, and that one grounded foul off the shoe tops. Breeze appears to be blowing in, kind of a swirling wind today, and there's Carlos Pena waiting on deck for the Astros, and it is blowing in. 60 degrees in the temperature, and the forecast for more clear skies today. No clouds in the sky right now. It is a very nice afternoon at Fenway Park. 3-2 fouled off to the left. I mentioned the 8 strikeouts in his last outing. Going to go back to June 11th of 2011 to find a game in which he had 8 strikeouts in, and started very well. He's already got 1 here today. Castro fouls off another.
Only two members of the Houston Astros have faced Lackey in the past. Carlos Pena, who's on deck, and Cedeno has had one at bat against Lackey. Other than that, this is all new territory for them.
Ninth pitch of the at bat is coming up for Jason Castro. It's in the dirt, ball 4, and Lackey loses him. So first base runner of the day for the Astros comes with 2 outs here in the first inning. And it brings up Carlos Pena. Pena came off the bench in last night's game to pinch hit. Back to a starting role today. And back to first base defensively. Average at just 188 with 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in for Pena. Pinch hit last night, was 0 for 1 with a walk. And a run scored last night. And he is 0 for 8 in the series as he takes ball 1. Red Sox into the shift with Pedroia in short right field, and they are pulled over towards the line as well. Will Middlebrooks on the right side of the infield. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Back-to-back curveballs from Lackey. That time he starts it away from Pena, off the plate, and picks up the outside corner.
Mentioned the 0 for 8 in the series. Well, half of the time he has struck out in the 8 at bats. It's outside, and it's 2-1 now to Pena. Pena spent last year as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays, his second go around with the Rays. Red Sox starting the day with a 17-7 record. Boston with the most wins in the majors. As the pitch will miss, what a difference a year makes. As it's been a terrific beginning to this season for Boston. Start the day with a 2-game lead over the Orioles, 2.5 games over the Yankees. Yankees have a 1-0 lead against Toronto in the 3rd inning. There's ball 4, and Lackey all of a sudden running into some control problems. Back-to-back walks. To support the victims and families of the Boston Marathon tragedy, CVS Pharmacy customers can make a donation to the One Fund at locations across Greater Boston through May the 4th. So 2 down here in the first inning, and runners at first and second for the Astros after back-to-back walks by John Lackey. And here's Ronnie Cedeno. He is the DH for Houston. 313 with a home run and 7 runs batted in for Cedeno. Strike 1 over the outside corner. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Castro being waved around. Ellsbury's throw is going to go to third base, and it will be not in time. Run scores, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead. Looked like the throw may have beaten Pena to third base, but the tag not applied, and the Astros lead it 1-0.
That was a good slide at third base. You can see the throw going in at third base as the run comes in. And it's going to be up the home plate side just a little bit by the time Middlebrooks gets back to apply the tag. The slide goes to the outside part of the bag, and Pena's safe at third base. The throw did beat him, but a good slide by Pena brings the safe call.
So run in first and third. The walk's a problem here in the first inning. Here's Fernando Martinez, but first to check on Cedeno at first base. 263 with a home run and 2 runs batted in. Martinez came off the bench last night to pinch hit. And he sends one out to shallow right field. In comes Nava. He'll get there to make the catch that ends the inning. The Astros get a run in the first. The Red Sox are coming up. Have the lead over the Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the first inning on this Autism Awareness Day from Fenway Park. Welcome to your first game. Well, let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Here's Ben to give it to us.
Thanks, Mr. Arcillo. Hi, I'm Ben from Falmouth, Maine. Leading off for the Red Sox, the center fielder Jacoby Ellsbury. In right field, Daniel Nava. The second baseman, Dustin Pedroia. The designated hitter, David Ortiz. At first base, Mike Napoli. In left field, Mike Karp. The catcher, Jared Saltalamacchia. At third base, Will Middlebrooks. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Stephen Drew.
Nice job, Ben. As today is main day at Fenway Park as Jacoby Ellsbury stands in. Red Sox trailing 1-0 as Ellsbury takes a pitch down and in. Bud Norris on the mound today for the Astros. Norris making his 6th start. He's 3-2 with a 4.13 earned run average. Opponent's hitting at .281 against Norris. On the ground down the first baseline, picked to the backhand by Pena nicely, who tags the bag for the first out in the bottom of the first inning.
The Astros defense 7th in the American League, 14 errors in 24 games. Matt Dominguez at third base, Marwin Gonzalez the shortstop, Jose Altuve at second, and Carlos Pena, who just made that play at first. Left to right, Fernando Martinez, Robbie Grossman, and Rick Ankiel, and Jason Castro doing the catching for Norris.
One out here in the first inning for Daniel Nava, batting out of the 2 spot for the Red Sox. Nava putting together a very good year here, hitting at .299, 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. Getting a chance to play on an everyday basis, especially the absence of Shane Victorino, who remains out for the Red Sox as the pitch in there for a strike. They are still hopeful that he will not go on the DL, but you get to tomorrow off, gives him another day, and then of course the 3 games on the turf in Toronto coming up.
Yeah, I think the big day for him is tomorrow, the off day, and see how much improvement he makes before they start that series up in Toronto on that artificial surface.
2-1. A sliced foul off to the left out of play. Well, Nava hitting at .474 during the day, and his home runs have all come during the day. Did you have a preference, day or night? Did you perform better?
I preferred night. I don't know what my numbers were. I have no idea, but I preferred night.
2-2. In the air down the left field line. As Martinez is on the run, it's going to land fair. Bounces up against the wall with one big hop, and Nava is into second base with a one-out double. It's daytime, and Daniel likes it.
And once again, you know, we talked in our view from the booth about the Red Sox approach last night using the opposite field. A good example again right here by Daniel Nava. One hops that wall out in left field at the 3:10 mark and gets to second base in scoring position with one out. As I said, last night's one of the best approaches I think I've ever seen the Red Sox take offensively. It was just one after another shooting the ball the other way.
One out, Nava at second base, and Dustin Pedroia the batter. Now Pedroia checking in at .330 on the year. No homers and 10 runs batted in. Norris working out of the stretch, and he will miss for ball one. Sixth start of the year for Bud Norris. He's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 4 of his 5 starts. Second career start appearance against the Red Sox. In his first start against them, he struck out 10 in 6 innings of work and a 7-5 loss back on July 1st of 2011, and that was at home at Minute Maid Park. And since the start of last year, there's some big numbers difference-wise from home to road for Norris. 4-13 away from Minute Maid Park in 20 starts and a 6.95 ERA. Very much likes pitching at home. .2-0. He's going to miss outside. 3-0. A very interesting fact I'm about to share with you after this pitch. 3-0 is going to be ball 4, I think. No, now it's 2-1. Scoreboard had the count at 3-0, but apparently a strike mixed in there. All right, Jerry, you hit 290 during the day and only 267 at night.
Really?
Yes.
I like the day better, Don, as I said.
That's inside. Now it's ball 4. Pedroia down to first base. Well, today is Maine Day here at Fenway Park, and some things maybe you didn't know, Jerry. The population, state capital, I'm sure you knew. It is the Pine Tree State. Professional sports teams, the Sea Dogs, the Pirates, and the Red Claws. 90% of all American lobsters, guess where they're from?
Maine.
Maine. We have more facts as the game goes along. That's a lot to take in right now.
Yeah, we had a great time when we went up to Portland in our trip prior to the season before spring training. We had a good time in Portland. Remember they gave us all that food to take in the car with us?
We killed a lot of it. First and second, one out. And David Ortiz, the batter, he's only hitting at .519. 2 homers and 9 runs batted in.
Now, going back to last year, David Ortiz is on a 19-game hitting streak.
This has been some kind of beginning to 2013 for David. After only 18 rehab at bats before returning to Boston. Sends one foul off to the left out of play. Dating back to July 2nd of last year. Spinning better than the last 2 months of the year on the DL last year. Nursing the Achilles tendon right through spring training and to begin the year. Swing and a miss for Ortiz, down 0-2.
Good changeup that time by Norris. Fooled David. Ball's down, never a strike really out of the strike zone, but Ortiz can't stay off it.
Now at second base, Pedroia at first base, one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Trying to answer a first inning run by the Astros. Inside, and it's 1-2 to Big Papi. David has batted in the cleanup spot since returning to active duty here. One-two is grounded foul, and it evens up at 2-2. Jacoby Ellsbury grounded out to first base to begin the inning. Nava double. A walk for Pedroia, first and second with one out, and David Ortiz. That's here against Bud Norris with Mike Napoli waiting on deck. Yesterday the Astros had jumped out to a 2-0 advantage. Today 1-0. 1-2 is fouled off, and we'll do it again. We'll get set for every Red Sox game on NESN with Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way.
Great day for sports in Boston. The Celtics playing, the Red Sox playing, and the Bruins playing tonight.
Norris wants to see the signs again from Castro. Ortiz lines one into left center field for a base hit. Nava being waved around. Grossman's throw will go to third, and the Red Sox tie the game at one aside. Big Papi drives in another run.
You know, I saw Pedro Martinez in the Red Sox clubhouse this morning, and he was talking about David Ortiz, and he said, I've never seen him as locked in as he is right now. It's incredible. Right there, a fastball away again. Where does he go? To the opposite field again. Nava comes around the score. The Red Sox quickly tie this one back up. It's amazing. I mean, he's getting pitches away. He's driving him hard away. Gets him in the middle of the plate, using center field for home runs, and pulling the ball when they give him the opportunity to.
Well, the hitting streak dating back to last year. This season he's now got 5 RBIs in the last 5 games straight, as he has driven in the Red Sox first run of the day. And with 2 on and 1 out, here's Mike Napoli. Napoli hitting at .281, 4 homers and 27 runs batted in. Strike over the outside corner. Napoli double checking with Jordan Baker, the home plate umpire today. Crew chief Tim McClellan at first, Jerry Meals at second, and Marvin Hudson is the umpire at third. Pedroia at second base, Ortiz at first base with 1 out. Norris up to 22 pitches in this first inning, still has just the 1 out. On the other side, John Lackey throwing 27 first inning pitches. Astros get a run, and so far the Red Sox have a run. in the air, foul down the right field line, out of play. Mike Karp waiting on deck, getting the start in left field today. Two to Napoli. And that's outside as Castro tried to bring it back to the corner.
Everything has been outside to Napoli in this at bat. Very close to picking up the outside corner with that last pitch, but just missing.
Well, a tough series to watch for Doug Brocail, the pitching coach for the Astros, especially among the Houston starters in this series. Spirals off the backside, but no throw. Now, the first 3 games of this series, the starters 11 innings pitched, 24 hits, 17 runs, including 4 home runs and an ERA totally unmanageable at 13.91. Swing and a miss, and Napoli strikes out. First strikeout of the day for Bud Norris, 2 down.
And Norris just rearing back with the fastball that time at 95 miles an hour to pick up the strikeout against Napoli. That's been frustrating for the Astros. Obviously, they jumped out to a couple of leads, but yet not able to hold those leads for very long, as the Red Sox have been able to bounce back right against their starting pitching.
2 down, and first and second for Mike Karp. 421 average, no homers, and 4 runs batted in for Karp. He's appeared in 9 of the last Red Sox 13 games and 5 starts in the last 13 games for him. It's after only 2 starts in the first 12 games, but has been producing as he takes a pitch for ball 1. For 3 in the game last night and 2 for 7 now in the series against the Astros. A little bit high, and it's 2-0. Karp will take ball 3, 3-0. Norris has equaled the total of John Lackey in the first inning in pitches thrown as he tries to settle in here. Jared Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. That's a strike, 3-1. Two on with 2 down. Here's a 3-1, and Karp sends it foul down the left field line, out of play. '30th pitch of this first inning for Bud Norris coming up. 6th batter the Red Sox have used here in the first inning, and Karp in a good battle here. Full count now. That's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Second walk given up by Bud Norris. But today's Cold Hard Facts are brought to you by Coors Light. The Red Sox 17-7 start as their best since 2002 when they started the season 10 games over 500. Sox are 10-5 here at Fenway Park. Those 10 home wins are the most in the American League. Second overall in Major League Baseball to the Reds, who have 12 home wins. And the Sox pitchers have now fanned 10 or more batters in 16 of their 24 games this season. That is tops in the majors.
Well, Norris was not very happy with that last non-call. And we'll see if the pitching coach has anything to say about some of these close ones that haven't gone his way. Norris making that fastball to the outside part of the plate. Very close, but not going his direction.
So bases loaded and 2 down. Jared Saltalamacchia with a chance to do some damage here. Game tied 1-1 with the bases loaded for Saltalamacchia. Pitch in there for strike 1. 238 average for Saltalamacchia. 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. Comes in riding a 5-game hitting streak. Up and away, 1-1. On the ground down the first baseline. It'll be picked by Pena. He will win the foot race to the bag. That ends the inning. Now David Ortiz with an RBI single has tied this game at 1 aside.
The Red Sox are now 17-7. That's the best record in the major leagues and the best record that the Red Sox have had since 2002, which presents us to our quote of the day by Geico, and it's from John Farrell. We asked him what has made this team so successful. He said, we've had a very good offensive approach, even on nights when we've only scored a few runs. Our starting pitching has been very consistent, and I think we've played very good defensively. John Farrell did go on to say there's still room to improve, but we've got 3 areas of the game where we're operating pretty well right now.
Well, things have been operating very well right now for the Red Sox, and it's a full house today. Kids having fun on a beautiful day here from Fenway Park on this Maine day. Pitch in there for strike 1. John Lackey trying to have more of an economical inning here in the second inning. Matt Dominguez, Rick Ankiel, and Marwin Gonzalez. Lackey had to throw 27 first inning pitches, did walk 2 and allowed a run, but that has been taken care of. Red Sox have tied the score. Line to right field, and that's in for a base hit. Nava over to play it on a hop. But a leadoff single for Matt Dominguez, and that is the second hit of the game for the Astros.
Now, Lackey falling behind in the count has to come in with the fastball, and Dominguez just takes it to the opposite field. A line drive base hit in front of Daniel Nava. So that fastball on the outside part of the plate, but up about thigh high. And the base hit to the opposite field.
Rick Ankiel, the batter, and he hits one in the air to right field, not waiting around. Over comes Nava, and he'll make the catch for the first out, and back to the bag at first goes Dominguez.
Ankiel's not a very patient hitter. He's got 1 walk on the season to go with 29 strikeouts. Swinging at that first pitch from Lackey.
One out, one on, and Marwin Gonzalez coming up. 321 with 3 homers and 7 runs batted in. That's out of the number 9 spot today for the Astros. Astros after the game will be heading to New York to begin a series against the Yankees. Red Sox will use tomorrow as a travel day to get up to Toronto to begin a series on Tuesday night. See Lester, Buchholz, and Dempster in the 3-game series against the Blue Jays coming up. Fry Island, Maine.
Don't forget your passport, Don. We don't want to be waiting for you in customs.
I always keep it in my bag. I never take it out all off season because otherwise, because we started going up to Toronto right out of the gate.
Exactly.
So I always leave it in the bag, my travel bag. I do not have a backup for my passport, though. I have a backup for everything else in that bag, but
we only get 1 passport.
Right.
You can't get 2.
I asked for 2, but they wouldn't give me 2. But no, I have it. Do you ever take it out of your bag?
Yes, I do in the off season. Yeah.
Oh.
But during the season, I just leave it in my bag. But during the off season, I take it out because I travel. I go places that sometimes requires a passport.
That's right. I forgot about that. Runner goes, pitch fouled off at the plate. Marwin Gonzalez looking down at the third base coach, getting the signs from Dave Tremblay, the former Baltimore Orioles manager, who's the third base coach here for the Astros. He's had a pretty good series against the Red Sox, one of the few Astros offensively. The deep third base, Middlebrook's got a long throw, and he'll get it there in time. Nice play. Good throw from deep third from Middlebrooks, 2 down.
Yeah, it's the only play he had. I don't believe he would have had a forced play at second base. So Middlebrooks from very deep plants on that back foot and makes a good, strong, accurate throw to Napoli at first base. Had to go to his right about 3 or 4 steps to make that play on the ground ball.
So 2 down, Dominguez at second base, and Robbie Grossman, the batter. Second time through now for the Astros. There's strike 1. In the air to deep right field. Back goes Nava, still going, and he'll make the catch over the shoulder on the track in front of the wall. Nice catch by Nava to get back there, and a drive by Grossman ends the inning. LL Bean, proud partners with the Boston Red Sox. We thank LL Bean for its contribution to the One Fund Boston, joining others in the community to help those most affected by the tragic events that occurred in Boston on April 15th, 2013. Some great shots in the coast of Maine, thanks to the Maine Tourism Board. Beautiful state of Maine.
You know, those scenics that we saw of Maine, you know, they remind me a lot of scenics in Seattle.
Very similar.
Same type of trees, the water, you know, just beautiful.
Well, Middlebrooks leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. Middlebrooks, Drew, and Ellsbury. There's strike one from Bud Norris, who had to throw 33 first inning pitches. Ends up giving up only one run, but had to expend a great deal of energy. In there for a strike, and it's 1-2.
He's got quite a few marriage requests this week.
Yes, a lot lately.
Yeah.
This is into center field, starting to swing a hot bat. Started last night and continues today.
Yeah, he's had some real good at bats over the last couple of days. Nice and calm and quiet, and seems more relaxed at the plate, letting the ball come to him. And the line shot up the middle this time by Middlebrooks for the base hit.
Now coming up is Stephen Drew with a runner at first, nobody out. Part of our key matchup brought to you by Acura against Bud Norris. With all the time that Drew spent in the National League, chance to face him quite a bit. 5 for 9 against him with success, 2 doubles, an RBI, and 3 walks for Stephen Drew. And Drew takes ball 1. 136 average, no homers, and 4 runs batted in for Drew. One for 5 so far in the series against Houston with an RBI and 3 walks. In there for a strike. There's another strike, and it's 1-2. Drew didn't think so.
Got 2 pitches in just about the identical spot at the bottom of the strike zone. Second pitch, you can see where that is. Third pitch just about tops it.
Swinging a foul tip held onto by Castro for strike 3, and the second strikeout for Bud Norris.
Now that make that 3 pitches in almost the identical same spot. The fastball again from Norris over the heart of the plate and gets the swing and miss from Drew. The pitch zone on NESN is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
It's a good sign. Anytime you're part of a sign, I think it's a good sign. There are also 2 other key elements on that sign that make it an even better sign.
That's right.
Throw to first, and back is Middlebrooks. Ellsbury grounded out to first base in the first inning as the Red Sox get their second look today at Bud Norris. Yeah. Where?
Who are you talking to? Anyway?
I get voices in my head. People are talking to me. I'm trying to talk to them back, but my talk back is not working.
Are you okay? Or
yeah, I'm fine. Everything's good.
Fine?
Everything's good.
Okay, I'm just
They're talking to me.
concerned.
I'm talking to them.
You're grunting over there. And
I was trying to talk to our director, Mike Narachi. This is down the left field line, and that'll slice foul. Middlebrooks with his single to begin things here in the second inning. Stephen Drew strikes out. 1 on, 1 out. Norris trying to settle into this outing after a rough first inning. He had to battle, gives up 1 run, but through 33 pitches has 1 out and 1 on in this inning. And a ground ball towards shortstop. This could be 2 on to first base, and it is not. Reaching at first base is Ellsbury. Too much speed. Almost turned it.
Well, you've got to give Gonzalez and Altuve some credit on this because they did all they possibly could to double up Ellsbury. They know how fast he is. They know he's got great speed. Gonzalez charging the ball, very quick release to Altuve across the bag, but not in time to get Ellsbury at first base. But a nice effort by the middle infielders there of the Houston Astros.
So 2 down, Ellsbury at first base, and Daniel Nava coming up. Jerry, great to have with us today. My daughter Sydney is here today, and she is about to head over to the radio booth. She's currently reading Joe Castiglione's book. She's a little nervous because she's going to get in there and actually see Joe work. Joe invited her, which she's very excited about.
Maybe she can do a book report on Joe's book.
Yeah. So Joe will be getting ready for the 3rd inning, and he invited her over so that she could be there live to hear Joe do the 3rd inning.
Bet if she does a book report on Joe's book, she gets an A, just like all of Joe's students. All of Joe's students get an A. All you got to do is show up.
Yeah. Rachel Holt, who is our stage manager here for our broadcast, was a Joe Castiglione graduate. She took his course, and she also got an A, which is amazing.
Yeah. You got an A, right?
I got an A. Yep. But you know what she did? She spent the $1,000 on the books that Joe never mentions again.
That's a big mistake there. That's a rookie mistake.
1-1 as runner takes off. The pitch is high in the throw. is going to be in time. And gunned down for the first time this year is Jacoby Ellsbury to end the inning. We have played 2, game tied 1-1.
Making Rachi in the booth.
Back at Fenway Park as we head into the 3rd inning here. The game tied 1-1. And leading it off, Jose Altuve against John Lackey. Up throw his 40th pitch of his outing. And it's on the ground towards short, picked by Drew. And to first base, throws off the mark, but Napoli applies the tag. Well, before we introduce our guests up here in the booth, today is Autism Awareness Day at Fenway Park, and here are some of the numbers. Amazing. 1 in 88 children are affected by autism. Autism Speaks. MLB formed new partnership with all 30 teams. And here at Fenway Park, a big day today. Among the 7,000 plus landmarks to participate in the lighted up blue, which they did here at Fenway Park, and there's a great shot of it here at Fenway Park earlier. Welcome Brian Ferrero from Reading, Mass, and Liz Feld, who is the president of Autism Speaks, and great to have you both here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us again, Don, because you've been very good to us for a long time.
Well, Liz, I want to thank you, but also I want to ask you a little bit about this day today and how special it is, and Major League Baseball's participation as well.
You know, the Boston Red Sox have been partners and supporters of the autism community for 10 years. And listen, look at the leadership they showed in the last week just here with the bombings. I mean, they are a big part of this community. For us now this year, we have a partnership with Major League Baseball. So all 30 teams are participating in autism awareness events around the country. We were at the Mets game yesterday. And, you know, a big part of that is just making families who have children with autism feel welcome, helping them come out, providing some special accommodations, and giving them discounted tickets and showing support by having them on the field and be part of the ceremony so that they can enjoy the kind of stuff that other families around the country enjoy every day and almost take for granted. So the Red Sox have been so integral to all of our autism awareness efforts over the years.
So how'd you get started in this?
I'll tell you, a very dear friend of mine has a son who's 24 years old. He is severely affected by autism, and I have watched him grow up. And he's very close to Bob and Suzanne Wright, the founders of this organization. You know, they started this when their grandson was diagnosed. And it just shows, you know, when I 20 years ago, when I saw this little boy at age 3, 1 in 10,000 children were being diagnosed with autism. And you just heard Don, we are at a crisis point. We reached it a while ago. 1 in 88 kids. A recent parent survey that the CDC did said 1 in 50 children. So, you know, I'm surrounded by it the same way you are, Jerry. Now, it really is everywhere, and having a day like this today goes a long way towards helping us get the kind of attention that we need.
This one was fouled off. And Brian, tell us how you got involved. I understand there was an email that started all of this here.
Yeah, I was so lifelong Red Sox fan, and dreamed about the day I could bring my kids to Fenway. and always a little intimidated. It's just a very passionate location, and it's not the place that I thought I could bring my son, and it would be such a comfortable place for him. But I read an interesting article that was sent to me from some friends in New York, Mets fans, by the way, that told me that the Mets were going to do a day at the park for autistic children. They're going to have a nice.
We will continue this next half inning. You can stay with us. You stay with us?
Absolutely.
Great.
Look at that.
Back at Fenway Park, the game tied 1-1 as we get ready for the last half of the third inning. And a big day here today at Fenway Park. Brian Ferrero is here with us, and Liz Feld. And Brian, you just started to tell a story before we had to go to break. Please continue.
Sure. So I wrote a letter to the ownership group, and Tom Warner responded and said, I think this is something we can do. Had some meetings with Larry Cancro and talked about how we could make the field, the park, more accommodating for our guests, our families, our children with autism. And last week he emailed me and told me that not only is this initiative going to take place at Fenway Park, but it's going to be an initiative that's taking place all over Major League Baseball. So I'm just thrilled to have any small contribution to this wonderful initiative taking place.
No, it is an incredible initiative, and we thank you so much. I mean, you think about the amount of patience, and we have talked to so many different parents throughout the years about autism. It must take a great deal of patience for you as well.
Oh, yes, definitely. I mean, I've been wanting to come in with my kids for a while. In fact, I have a younger child who is a typical child, and I felt it didn't feel right just taking him, given my own insecurities about taking Ryan. But now that we have days like this that are welcoming for the intimidated, I think it's going to allow for more families with autistic children to attend wonderful games like this. I mean, this is friendly Fenway. It always has been for me. And I'm really thrilled to say that I have my two kids here for the first time in my life. A lifelong dream of mine, and they're here. They're both wearing Dustin Pedroia shirts, life-size shirts.
You know, the Red Sox are so generous. Larry Lucchino, no matter what we ask of him, and we send him requests a lot, raffle tickets to raffle off at games, things for events that we're doing, and there's never a question. He steps up all the time. The ownership group has been fabulous.
I thought one of the greatest moments today was the first pitch of the game being thrown out.
And can you imagine the parents of that little boy? I mean,
So
for them to think that they would ever be able to come here and do that, one gesture like that, it's a life changer, really, for them.
Liz, I'm glad you brought that up, too, because not only is it inspiring for the children, it's inspiring for the family members that are seeing progression. They're seeing this amazing act performed by their child. And I was blown away by that. That was very impressive. I couldn't do that. I would throw one right in the dirt, right, Jerry?
That takes two of us.
Well, Well, there's a lot of talk about the statistics, and there are statistics for every disease and disorder, but, you know, autism affects the whole family. I think that's one of the things that makes a day like today so important. You know, these kids have siblings, they have parents, they have relatives that, are, you know, either are up all night because the kids don't sleep, they have tantrums, they have other behavioral problems, or other disorders. You know, autism, you know, oftentimes you'll also have a child with a seizure disorder, terrible gastrointestinal problem, and the whole family won't be able to go do something, go to the movies, go to a ball game, go for a walk because of it. So Brian's exactly right. To come something like this today?
Yeah, it's a big moment for my family, my wife Michelle, my 2 kids. It's a dream come true in a lot of ways.
Well, certainly in addition to raising awareness, what things are you focusing on now as far as change goes for the future for those who are struggling with the autism situation for kids?
Well, you know, Autism Speaks primarily is a scientific research and advocacy organization. Right. So in fact, we do a lot of our research right here in Boston. We've funded millions of dollars at Mass General and BU and Children's Hospital. They're extraordinary leaders here. So we're looking into the underlying causes, the biology behind it, environmental triggers that might be a factor here. But we also do a lot of advocacy work, and that involves getting insurance coverage for families. You know, it's $50,000 or $60,000 out of pocket every year for a family to get behavioral treatments for a child. So, you know, we did insurance reform right here in Massachusetts. God bless Governor Patrick. He signed it right here at Fenway Park.
Is that right?
He did historic legislation that really was the model for other bills around the country that guarantees, it mandates that insurance companies will pay for these behavioral treatments. So that's, you know, we're working in Washington now very closely with the White House and with Secretary Sebelius at HHS to make sure that these benefits are protected and that we get a national strategy so that we can get supports and services, employment programs, community integration programs, and housing. Because a lot of these kids, they grow up and they live a long life. And we need a strategy to help accommodate that because it's our collective responsibility. So that's what we're doing.
I'm amazed by the numbers. I think that's the thing that jumps out at you. I mean, I think it is incredible to me, and I know you're working to do those things to help in the future, but it's amazing to me that 1 out of 88, that is incredible to me.
Yeah, and you know, you go to school districts now and you'll see it. You know, it was never that when we grew up, first of all, as you know, people weren't that sensitive to this. So a lot of special needs kids were all lumped together in one classroom.
This is to center field, and we'll end the inning. Liz and Brian, thanks so much for coming up.
Thank you for having us, Don, once again.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Back at Fenway, and first pitch swinging is Ronnie Cedeno. Quickly lines out to right, and Ovid there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and all of a sudden Lackey's starting to settle in here. He's retired the last 6 batters in a row.
Yeah, only really problems Lackey had was back in the first inning with a couple of walks and a base hit to foul and a drive and a run. Since then, he's settled down nicely.
One down in the 4th inning, and it brings up Fernando Martinez. Fly to right field in the 1st inning. No one fouled off at the dish, and it's 0-2. John Lackey with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks in his effort so far. He's given up 2 hits. And the 1 run coming in the 1st inning after the back-to-back walks. And a ground ball down the first baseline, foul. In there for strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 for John Lackey. NESN's coverage of Red Sox baseball is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You put your family first, your job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first, Eastern Bank. That's what I'm talking about, Jerry, right there. A couple of big lobsters. Outstanding.
LA backdoor cut fastball from Lackey to pick up the last strikeout against Martinez.
The 1 pitch in the air to center. Ellsbury tracking it as he moves back to make the catch. It ends the inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Lackey. 3.5 done. Tied at 1. Brought to you in part by Eastern Bank. You always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing? With products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank. Ice fishing, Jerry. There you go. That's what you need.
I don't know about that, Don.
Look at that. That's a hobby. You can sit in a chair. Belfast, Maine is represented here today on Maine Day. What do we got here, Jerry? This is terrific.
It's been a big week for gifts, hasn't it?
It
Yeah, I
has.
mean, my goodness.
Maine Day, you think of Maine. I think of lobsters. I think of fishing. And the kind people at LL Bean have taken care of all those things.
What do we
got? Us bulk bags with our Twitter handle on them, first of all. So that's really nice.
That's
right out
nice.
of the gate. But they got us a fly rod from LL Bean, too.
Right.
So we can go trout fishing. Yeah.
Like,
you got to do the whip thing, the whipping action thing. We may try that. This is tremendous. We got a tackle box in here from LL Bean. I love these days. This is in the air to short right field. And coming from second, Altuve can't make the catch. Throw goes to second, and out at second base will be Napoli. So a single but gunned down at second base after the bid by Altuve went into the slide.
Yeah, it looked like it was got to be Anquil's ball all the way, but Altuve tries to make the play. He can't come up with it. But then a heads-up play by Pena. Pena, I believe, gets the bounce after. No, it's not. It's Anquil in the outfield, and he throws a strike to second base. One hop to get Mike Napoli. But I thought that was Anquil's ball the whole way. It looked like it would be easier for him. What else you got, Don?
I'm just opening up the rod here so I can show it to you. I have to build it, I think. I think it comes. Yeah, this is going to be great. You're going to love this. This is a swing and a miss. I'm going to set this up for you, Jerry. It's going to take a little while because the line. Oh, wow. This is really long.
A lot of stuff.
There's a lot. We may have to come back to this because we're in the process of making. Come back and visit us in a bit. We'll let you know. Mike Carp batting and lining one into left field. Opposite field base hit from Mike Carp. Second time he's been on. He walked in the first inning.
Nice job by Carp. He gets the changeup right there, takes it to the opposite field up over the head of Dominguez for the base hit. So the Red Sox have had 2 hits in the inning, but just the man at first base as Napoli was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. Carp continues to hit. A walk back in the first inning. Now the base hit here in the fourth.
One out, one on. Saltalamacchia stands in. This thing is much bigger.
What are you doing?
I thought it was. Okay, so this is it. It's longer than your basic rod, though. See how long it is?
Yes, I do.
It's huge, but I mean.
Is this one of those ones you throw out sideways or over the top?
This is one you go out over the top. You
over the top.
You can go sideways and do whatever your kind of whipping action you have.
Yeah. So I went fishing this off season for about half hour.
This one is down the first baseline and a fair ball. As Carp is headed for third base, he will get there, and the throw goes behind Saltalamacchia, but he's able to dive back to the bag, holds on with a single, and it's first and third with one out.
Well, the Red Sox with 3 straight hits in this inning. Saltalamacchia right down that first base line. It's a slider that he tops down that first base line. You can see Pena bouncing off the bag as he should, and the ball is to his left. Saltalamacchia thinking about 2, then had to really scuffle to get back to that bag, and Keel with a very strong throwing arm.
So first and third with one out. Middlebrooks coming up here, and Saltalamacchia extends his hitting streak to 6 games. Check swing foul. Now this look at this, Jerry. You'd be standing in the middle of it. Look at the whipping action you get going.
Well, you've got to stand in the water to do this.
You don't have to, but it helps.
Because I didn't stand in the water in Colorado.
This thing is huge, though. You got to hang it out.
Now, let me see if I can.
See if you get some whipping action on that.
If I can hook Joe Castiglione.
They're probably wondering what the heck we're doing. Don't let him take it. Don't let him take it.
I think I got him. He doesn't even know what's going on. Come on, Joe, bite.
What's going on? What's happening? That's great. We thank the people from LL Bean on Main Day. We got other stuff in the bag too. First and third, one out. Middlebrooks, did he go? They'll check. No, he did not, says Tim McClellan. Two is low and outside, and it's 2-2.
Every day you leave the ballpark, you need help carrying stuff to the car. This is amazing. Your house must be full of stuff.
I think I need an assistant. I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Now, you use a lot of different people as assistants, I noticed. I remember a Colt.
Yes. Swing and a miss. Middlebrooks strikes out. That is the fourth strikeout for Norris. And a big one right there. Well, Main Day here at Fenway Park, and some more facts for you, Jerry. Granted statehood in 1820, becoming the 23rd state. State animal is the moose. While blueberry is the state berry, and the honeybee is the state insect. I didn't know states had official insects.
I didn't know that either, but the honeybee.
There's the claw, the lobster claw. The claws are the D-League basketball.
Oh, lobster rolls at the restaurant. Not cool, huh? Well.
Wow.
Yeah, you watching me? Yeah.
He's watching you.
Yeah. All right, Clammy.
Oh, they want the sign in the picture.
Apparently his life hasn't been taken yet. He's fine.
In the air, down the left field line, foul. Nice catch. No luxury boxes down the left field line.
Now this has been a very good opportunity for the Red Sox. First and third now with 2 outs. See if Drew can come in with a 2-out base hit to give the Red Sox the lead in this ball game.
Stephen Drew struck out swinging in the second inning. One of now 4 strikeouts for Bud Norris. Trying to work his way around 3 hits in this inning for the Red Sox. Diving back to the bag, Saltalamacchia held on by Pena. Swing and a miss.
Good slider that time from Norris. That's that blind spot for a left-handed hitter. Anything that's down and in and off the plate, you just seem to lose that ball. And Drew swing over top of the breaking ball.
Red Sox in a tie game here with runners at first and third and 2 down. There goes Saltalamacchia as Drew grounds one foul. Now towards the photographer as well. Well, coming up tomorrow on Dennis and Callahan, DNC will recap the NFL draft as well as a big weekend for the Celtics, Sox, and Bruins. All begins at 6 a.m. here on Nesson and 93.7 WEEI FM. Dennis and Callahan, the most listened to sports morning show in New England. Castro to the mound here to get on the same page with Bud Norris. Drew lines one into right field. This will get down and head for the corner. Karp will score to put the Sox on top. Saltalamacchia being waved around. Throw will come to the plate. It'll be late, and the Red Sox take a 3-1 lead. Stephen Drew drives in a pair.
Well, after throwing Drew the slider, he goes back to the fastball, and Drew is all over it. A top spin line drive down in the corner, and good base running by the Red Sox. Hustling all the way with 2 outs is Saltalamacchia. He's able to score the second run. Karp coming in with the first run. So the Red Sox had a great opportunity that inning with the first and third. It looks like the Astros might have got out of it, but the big base hit by Stephen Drew. Drew now has 6 RBIs on the season.
So a triple there for Drew. And 2 runs scoring as the Red Sox now have a 3-1 lead. And the top of the order, Jacoby Ellsbury. On the ground to first base, Carlos Pena will take it himself to the bag, and that'll end the inning. But the Red Sox get 2 runs. Jenny Dell will be back with a Fenway story after this. Astros as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning, and the Red Sox with 2 runs in their half of the 4th inning. Rick Ankiel, Marwin Gonzalez, and Robbie Grossman scheduled to bat in the inning against John Lackey, who has retired 9 Astros in a row. And a pitch over the inside corner for strike 1. On the ground, right side, the shift on. This is Middlebrooks who gets it there in time for the first out of the inning. And send it down to Jenny Dell somewhere in the crowd.
I am somewhere in the crowd. We're here with our fan of the day right here. Jennifer, you're here with Autism Awareness Day. Your son here, autistic. And how important is it that the Red Sox have an event like this to be able to bring your son here?
It's fabulous. I was thrilled when I heard about it. Went right on to Autism Speaks and got the tickets for the game, because being able to bring him to a game it's just a dream, and he's excited as excited as he can get.
And to see these kids, you saw throwing out the first pitch, they're going to be singing God Bless America. As a parent, what does that mean to you to see children that are struggling through this go out there and do everyday things that kids do?
Yeah, it's little things get so overwhelming at times. To be able to see the kids out there in front of this kind of crowd, being able to function in a normal situation, it's thrilling for me.
And Elijah, you said you were excited to come here and see these players that are real players, because normally you think you watch them on TV. And what were you telling me before?
They're cardboard people.
He thinks when they're on TV, they're cardboard people. And you have a favorite player on this team?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Pedroia.
Pedroia. Well, thank you so much for being here. Jerry Remy has got you guys some hot dogs for being our fans of the game. We're happy to have you here at Fenway Park. And fans at home, if you have a great reason of why you're coming to Fenway, please email me at nesson.com/stories. Go on, tell us why you're coming to Fenway, and I might interview you at a future game.
All right, we look forward to that, Jenny. And there have been some great stories coming out of Fenway Park, and hope they enjoy their day here today. So far, so good, with the Red Sox on top 3-1. One out here in the 5th inning. Marwin Gonzalez is batting, and Lackey off the backside here, take an extra moment. He's able to get Gonzalez to ground out to third base in the 2nd inning. Ground ball foul. Breaking ball will miss, and it's a full count. Toronto's got a 2-1 lead over the Yankees. They're in the 7th inning in New York. The Orioles and Oakland A's will play a little bit later. Red Sox starting the day with a 2-game lead. Top the American League East. This one sent foul down the left field line into the seats.
That was a great comment. They thought the players were made out of cardboard.
You were one of those cardboard guys before, Jerry.
Exactly.
On the ground right side, Napoli to the backhand. He'll flip to Lackey, who's there in plenty of time for out number 2. Well, the ace ticket pitching line for John Lackey, 4 2/3, 2 hits and a run. He has walked 2 and struck out 3 after 27 pitches in the 1st inning. It did not appear that John Lackey would go as far in this game as he is right now. And of course, John Farrell before the game hoping for 5 innings from Lackey, and right now he is cruising right along. He's retired the last 11 Astros in a row.
Yeah, and only 64 pitches. Pretty good.
Robbie Grossman, the batter, as he shows bunt and pulls back. Eleven of the last 15 batters he has jumped ahead of with strike 1. This is to first base, high hop. Napoli again to Lackey, and that'll do the top of the 5th inning. 12 in a row retired by Lackey. He's got it going on.
George Lopez in the MGM Grand at Foxwoods Resort Casino, Friday, May 17th. For tickets, visit foxwoods.com.
Last half of the 5th inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox have a 3-1 lead over the Houston Astros as they come to bat here. And it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Boston. Nava, Pedroia, and Ortiz. Nava 1 for 2 as he doubled back in the 1st inning, scored and struck out in the 3rd. There's strike 1 to Nava. But Norris back on the mound here. He's given up 3 runs on 7 hits so far in 4+ innings. On the ground is short to his right. Gonzalez will bobble, and the throw will be airmailed in behind the Red Sox dugout. So given second base would be Nava. Gonzalez with the bobble and then the errant throw.
Once as an infielder, when you bobble the ball, especially on the left side of the infield, you start to panic and you know you have to rush. And that's exactly what happens to Gonzalez here. Panics, and wow, that ball just took off on him. You could see it leave his hand. That it was going to be too high at first base and goes into the seats.
Ooh, he gets a double error. Fielding and throwing. He gets Nava to second base here with nobody out to begin the 5th. Now Pedroia and Ortiz to follow. Pedroia walked in the 1st inning, flied out to center in the 3rd. Ground ball and a fair ball down the left field line. From second comes Nava. Throw will go to second where Pedroia will be safe for the head-first slide. Red Sox take a 4-1 lead.
An excellent slide by Pedroia at second base. First we'll see contact by Pedroia. Looks like a changeup and a top spin ground ball. The third baseman well off the line. Now Pedroia could see this ball coming in as he's heading towards second base. So he knows exactly what direction he's going to have to slide in. And it's to the outside, to the center field side of the bag. Saw that the second baseman was going to have to go in to make the play. He goes to the outfield side and is safe at second.
So Pedroia at second base with nobody out. Red Sox have scored 4 times today as they try to make it a clean sweep over the Houston Astros. And here's David Ortiz, who already has an RBI single on the day. Slices this one foul off to the left. Well, join Nesson and AT&T in support of the One Fund Boston to benefit the victims of the marathon bombing. Text Boston to 80108 to donate $10 now or visit onefundboston.org. Message and data rates may apply. For full terms, go to mgive.org/T. Pedroia at second base. Ortiz after the 0-1 sends it high and deep to left. Martinez back at the wall to make the catch. Right up against it as Ortiz is retired.
That's the difference in playing in April and playing in June, because that wind would not be knocking this ball down. The wind blowing in today from center field knocks that ball down. Later on in the summer, that ball's off the wall. Nice job by Gonzalez getting back up against that wall and judging it, making the play.
So Pedroia at second base, 1 out. And here's Mike Napoli. Struck out swinging in the 1st. He singled to right in the 4th inning. And there for strike 1 to Napoli. 1 for 2 today. Mike struck out swinging in the 1st. He singled to right in the 4th inning. Norris coming in with a 4.13 earned run average, has given up 4 runs so far. That's a strike over the outside corner. Napoli didn't think so.
I think Norris, no question, the best starting pitcher we've seen for the Astros so far in this series. The Red Sox have still been able to put up 4 runs against him here in the 5th inning.
In the air, foul down the right field line, out of play. Your Eastern Mass Lexus dealers bring you the pitching line for Bud Norris. 4 1/3, 4 runs, but 3 earned. Won this inning. One out, Pedroia at second base. Swing and a miss. Napoli strikes out a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Well, one of the points of pride of the Red Sox Foundation is their Red Sox Scholars Program, presented by Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. We thank such sponsors as H.B. Hood, and we congratulate these inspiring young people. Two down, Pedroia at second base, and here's Mike Karp. He's been aboard twice today. A walk in the first inning, a single, and a run scored in the 4th inning. Fly ball center field. Robbie Grossman going back, and it's going to be off the wall. Pedroia scores from second. Karp into second with an RBI double that puts the Red Sox on top 5-1.
Well, Karp just keeps on going. On base 3 times today. A walk, a single, a wall ball double. Inside out swing right there. That ball just slicing and tailing away and deep off the left field wall. Pedroia scores the 5th run of the afternoon for the Red Sox. Karp with 5 RBIs now in minimal playing time.
The 10 hits, 7 of them for extra bases. He's got his 5th double. Standing in is Saltalamacchia with 2 outs, and Karp at second base. Into the shift go the Astros on the right side of the infield. Swinging a foul that glances off Castro. Jarrett grounded out in the first inning, singled and scored in the 4th inning. Red Sox now with 9 hits in the game, out hitting the Astros 9-2. Fouled off to the left. The Astros coming into today's game at 7-17 on the year. They lose the first 3 games of this series, and the Red Sox right now the 5-1 lead in game 4. Check swing. Saltalamacchia. A pitch running in on him as he fouls it off to the left.
A very defensive swing by Saltalamacchia. That ball running back up around his neck. Starts his swing and very protective there, fouling it off. The ball didn't hit the bat. It might have hit his shoulder.
So has not been much fun for Doug Brocal, the pitching coach of the Houston Astros. 0-2 is going to miss 1-2. Well, Nessa Daily brings you everything you need to know about another big day on the Boston sports scene. The Sox will try to end one of their most successful Aprils ever with a sweep of the Astros. Celtics try to stave off elimination in the NBA playoffs, and the Bruins look to secure the #2 seed in the Eastern Conference for the upcoming NHL playoffs. All that and more tonight on Nessa Daily. 2 outs in the 5th with Carp at second base. 2 runs in. Pitch 90 for Norris. And it's a fly ball to shallow left as Martinez now comes in and makes the catch that ends the inning. 2 runs for the Red Sox, who take a 5-1 lead through 5. And Green Mountain K-Cups delivered right to your office. Who do you call for the flavors you want at prices you'll savor? Who but W.B. Mason? Well, it has been a fun day here at Boston's Fenway Park so far, as the Red Sox have been strong as well, on top 5-1, trying to grab their 18th win here in April. Coming in at 17-7, as leading it off here is HOU Altuve, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice to shortstop today. Lackey has held the Astros to just 2 hits through the first 5 innings. On the ground to first base, Napoli is there, tags the bag for the first out of the inning.
Now, this has been very impressive by John Lackey this afternoon. I mean, we expected 5 innings. His pitch count is so low. He's out there in the 6th inning. He's only given up the 1 run. That coming way back in the first half for a couple of walks and a single.
He's retired the last 13 Astros hitters in a row. In that first inning, the most taxing, 27. Gave up a run. He walked back-to-back batters after he got 2 quick outs. This one sliced foul off to the left and up into the top deck. And 27 in the first and 27 through the second, through the 4th inning. And has been incredibly economical as he has 1 out here in the 6th. Out to left center field, and this will get down for a hit over is Ellsbury. And back to the bag goes Castro with a 1-out single. Bob's Discount Furniture will again donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon for every Sox game saved this season. This season's total is already at $8,000. Everybody saves money at Bob's Discount Furniture. Visit mybobs.com to learn more. One out, 1 on, and Carlos Pena coming up. He walked in the first, struck out swinging in the third inning. They have changed their mind on the shift here now with a runner at first. They send Middlebrooks back to the bag at third. Under the left side of the infield.
Now they're going to play it pretty much straight up in the infield, certainly to pull a little bit, but not the overshift.
And it is lined into right field. A base hit for Pena. Up to second base goes Castro.
Well, Pena came into the game today against Lackey with pretty good success against him. 267 with 3 career home runs. And he gets his first base hit of the day. He also walked back in the first inning as Juan Nieves comes out. And somebody getting loose down in the bullpen for the Red Sox.
And Clayton Mortensen starting to warm up in the pen. Just did start. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is proud to support the One Fund Boston. Next time you grab coffee at your local Dunkin' Donuts, please donate $1 to the One Fund. 100% of the donations will help support those most affected by the Boston Marathon tragedy. To learn more, please visit www.onefundboston.org. One out with runners at first and second, and Ronnie Cedeno, the batter. 1 for 2 in the game. Cedeno with a single in the first inning. In there for strike one. Lackey had the 8 strikeouts in that first outing before leaving injured today. Not a huge strikeout day. 3 strikeouts for Lackey. Swing a foul off Saltalamacchio, 0-2. Castro at second. Pena at first with 1 out. Slap foul off the right side. We'll do it again. 0-2. Lackey was so used to working from the full line, retiring 13 batters in a row. Back-to-back base hits here, and from the stretch, the pitch will miss. Great crowd on hand here today. As the Red Sox and Astros wrap up this 4-game series. Very comfortable conditions. The wave making its way around Fenway. And this is lined into right field, a base hit. Castro will stop at third, and the Astros all of a sudden with 1 out have the bases loaded. Well, it's time now for a Toyota game break. Here's Adam Pellerin. All right, Adam, thanks very much. Here at Fenway Park, Red Sox have a 5-1 lead, but the Astros are threatening here with 1 out in the 6th inning. They have the bases loaded. Saltalamacchio just went to the mound to talk to Lackey, and Fernando Martinez is coming up here for the Astros. 1 for 2 day.
A couple of the hits in this inning have come on pretty good pitches by Lackey. That last one by Cedeno, that was a good pitch. Just better hitting by Cedeno.
Did not get the call there either. In the air down the left field line. This one is headed towards the corner, and it is a foul ball, barely. Very close down that left field line, but just to the left of the yellow line.
Boy, it was hard to tell from up here whether that was going to stay fair or go foul. A little bit of a slice, and just in the foul territory, just to the left of that yellow foul pole.
One out, bases filled with Astros. Martinez fouls it off. He represents a tying run here at the plate for the Astros. His career 0 for 4 with the bases loaded. Castro at third, Pena at second, Cedeno at first. One out here in the top half of the 6th inning. Swing and a miss. Lackey needed that. He strikes out Martinez for the 2nd out of the inning.
That goes back to the curveball. That's how we get Martinez back in the 4th inning. When he needs the strikeout, he goes to the curveball again and gets the swing and miss, swinging on top of the breaking ball. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
2 down here in the 6th inning. Matt Dominguez 1 for 2 today. On the ground to shortstop. Drew's got it to go to second. Inning over. Lackey gets out of the jam. The Astros threaten but do not score. Sox on top 5-1. He pitches his way out of a bases loaded 1-out jam to end last inning and gets the ground out to end the inning.
Lackey with 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. He gets Grossman to start the game off with a cut fastball. He gets Pena on a cut fastball for a strikeout. A breaking ball to Martinez. And then once again a breaking ball to Martinez for the strikeout. And then the big ground ball double play with the bases loaded. A nice finish for John Lackey, getting that ground ball, getting the double play, and no points on the board for the Astros.
So John Lackey able to go 6 innings here today and looks terrific. One string had retired 13 batters in a row. Will Middlebrooks leads it off in the bottom of the 6th inning and takes ball 1. Will singled in the 2nd inning to center field. He struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Norris's 93rd pitch of his outing, and that drops in there for strike 2. Gave up a run in the first, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the 5th inning. Too far outside that time. 2-2. Lined and caught at third base by Matt Dominguez. First out of the 6th inning. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit Ace Ticket for great seats at the lowest prices. Ace Ticket also has your seats for all of this summer's hottest concerts. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Action for the Astros. Right-hander Jose Cisnero is up in the pen. We've got to know the bullpen for the Astros in this series. One out for Stephen Drew. On the ground, foul outside of third. Drew with a 2-run triple in the 4th inning down the right field line, which at the time gave the Red Sox a 3-1 advantage. Down to the count, 0-2. This game summary is brought to you by Xfinity from Comcast. Norris, the starter, 5 1/3 deep. He's given up the 9 hits, 3 earned runs of the 5 runs he's allowed total. John Lackey has been terrific today, and just mentioned the triple by Stephen Drew. Mike Karp gets a start, and he's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. He's been on base 3 times. Fly ball down the left field line as Dominguez, the third baseman, will run out of room. Well, congratulations. That is great news.
Yep, keep going.
One out here in the 6th inning. Drew down on the count, 0-2. Little bounce in for ball 1. I think he's trailing in that game today at one point, as you saw the home run for New York. Lyle Overbay against his old team. The Blue Jays 3-2. Yankees on top. They're in the 9th now. Toronto starting the season 9-16. Lost 3 straight. 100th pitch of the day for Norris, misses. 2-2. Wesley Wright has joined Jose Cisnero. In the dirt, full count.
Big gap in right center field for Drew, as they have really got Robbie Grossman slid over quite a bit toward left center. Straight up is Ankiel and right, and we head out to that 420. There's a lot of room out in that area.
Doug Brickale on the phone to the pen. There's 2 options out there right now. Popped up from third base comes Dominguez. Puts it away for the 2nd out of the 6th inning. Send it down to Jenny.
Well, Sox fans are about to embark on a road trip, so fans now can download the Scan app to your mobile device and use it to know where the Sox will be all season long. Use it to scan the code on your TV screen and download the complete 2013 Red Sox schedule. NESN and NESN.com have made it simple to keep your Sox on all summer.
We can find out where we're going. I know we're going to Toronto.
Toronto and Texas. Northwest? South.
Very south.
South. Yep.
2 down for Jacoby Ellsbury, who's 0 for 3. Outside for ball 2, 2-0. One foul down towards the photographer as well. Most pitches that Norris has thrown in a game, 122. That was against Oakland back on April the 6th. It's the only time this year has gone over 100, with the exception of today. So right now has worked into the 6th inning with 2 outs in the inning. Cole Porter would very much like to give his bullpen some time off. Penn has been very busy in this series. Here's pitch number 106. And it's fouled off by Ellsbury. The Bruins wrap up their regular season tonight here on NESN in a game with huge playoff ramifications. It's simple enough. The Bruins need a win tonight to clinch the Northeast Division and 2nd overall seed in the Eastern Conference. Otherwise, they'll be the conference's 4th seed heading into the playoffs. It's the only game in the NHL today, so don't miss the Bruins and Senators tonight on NESN starting at 6:30. The 2-2 is grounded foul. Let the Bruins win the number 2 seed and play the New York Islanders in the first round. If the Bruins lose the number 4 seed, they will play Toronto in the first round. And again, tonight's action gets underway at 6:30.
And tonight, this game, of course, a makeup game from the Marathon.
Ellsbury strikes out and the pitch down and in. We are through 6 from the Fens. 5-1 Red Sox. Across the globe is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. 5-1. The Red Sox have the lead over the Houston Astros as we head to the top half of the 7th inning. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. And the new pitcher for the Red Sox, Clayton Mortensen, into his 8th game of the year, 0-1 with a 5.59 earned run average. 9 2/3 innings, 11 Ks, only 2 walks allowed by Mortensen, and opponents hitting at 243. A very pretty great job today by John Lackey.
Terrific job by Lackey. You know, after a couple of first inning walks and a base hit, he really settled down 2 through 5, loaded the bases in the 6th, tried to get a ground ball, did get a ground ball, got the double play to get out of the inning. Very nice effort by John Lackey.
Rick Ankiel leading it off and taking a pitch for a strike over the inside corner.
And that's very similar to what we saw in that first game up in Toronto, with the exception the strikeout total was higher in the first game.
Fly ball to right field. Nava coming in. Wynn knocks it down. But he will now give way to Pedroia, who ducked back. First out of the 7th inning.
Now that wind really had a pretty good effect on that fly ball. It looked like it was going to be to Nava, but Pedroia, knowing the wind blowing in that direction, it's going to come back toward the infield. He's there prepared to make the catch, and he does.
One down here in the 7th inning, and it brings up Marwin Gonzalez. 0 for 2. He grounded out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 5th. There for strike 1. Down and in. Numbers on Lackey: 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. He walked 2 and struck out 4 in his outing. Again, in one stretch, had retired 13 batters in a row. Farrell was hoping for 5 innings, and Lackey gave him 6. Back to the mound. Mortensen can't field it. Pedroia will try, but no play.
It's ironic, too, that happens, because just this morning, instead of batting practice, the pitchers were taking PFP. They were working on stuff like this. Balls back through the middle, bunt plays. Mortensen just taking his eye off the baseball, and it gets underneath the glove. Right through the 5-hole, and that would probably go as an error on Mortensen.
It is an error. And Gonzalez at first base with 1 out. Robbie Grossman 0 for 3. There's strike 1. Bullpen's been busy. Ambrose has joined Cisnero now. Wesley Wright had been up the last inning. A little bit high. And it's 2-1 now to Grossman. In there for strike 2 and 2. We'll stay with Nesson after the game. For WB Mason Extra Innings Live, Hall of Famer Jim Rice will join Adam Pellerin. Break down today's action along with clubhouse reaction and John Farrell's post-game press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. Framed by Saltalamacchia, but too far inside. Chopped right side. Pedroia will go to second for one. They throw to first, and it's not in time. Able to get Marwin Gonzalez. Grossman with too much speed down the first base line. Reaches with now 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, very tough to turn that double play because Pedroia had to go to his left about 3 or 4 steps. Right there, it spins. And then Drew coming, clearing himself for that run, and just not quite in time at first base. You're right, Grossman getting down that line very well. Look how far Drew got out there. No contact at all by the runner trying to take him out.
Two down, Grossman at first. Here's Jose Altuve, who is 0 for 3. Grounded out in the first, grounded out in the third, and then again in the 6th. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. Red Sox have action in the pen. Andrew Miller was warming, now just kind of looking on. On the ground right side. Pedroia will go to first for the out that ends the inning. 7th inning stretch from Fenway. 5-1 Red Sox on top. It's time now for Nesson Daily Update. The 7th inning at Fenway, and Red Sox enjoy a 5-1 lead over the Houston Astros, out hitting the Astros 9-5 in the game. Well, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Never forgets that before you're a patient, you're a person. Beth Israel Deaconess, human first. Learn more at bidmc.org/human first. A pitching change here for the Houston Astros as Jose Cisnero comes into the game. His third appearance, not giving up a run in 5 2/3 innings. 2 strikeouts and a walk, and opponents hitting at 158 against Cisnero. As he takes over for Bud Norris, who leaves after 6 innings. Now, Safeco Insurance lets us take a look at the road ahead for the Red Sox as they finish up this series against Toronto today. Tomorrow's an off day, actually a travel day for the Red Sox, heading north of the border to Toronto for 3, then south to Texas for 3. For the Red Sox return home to take on the Minnesota Twins for 4, the Toronto Blue Jays for 3, and then it's back out to Tampa and Minnesota as we get into May. And what an April it has been for Boston so far. 17 wins coming into today's action, and the Red Sox have a 5-1 lead today, hopefully grabbing their 18th victory of this month. And so far so good as we play to the bottom of the 7th inning. And a great day today again for John Lackey, who got the start for the Red Sox and trying to get his first win of the year. He departs with a 4-run pad. Well, coming up tomorrow on Dennis and Callahan's DNC show, we'll recap the NFL draft as well as a big weekend for the Celtics, Sox, and Bruins. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on Nesson and on 93.7 WEEI FM. Dennis and Callahan, most listened to sports morning show in New England. Daniel Nava, Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz expected to bat here against Jose Cisnero. There is strike 1. Nava doubled in the first inning, struck out in the third. Reached on a double error committed by Marwin Gonzalez at shortstop. First fielding, then throwing. Koji Uehara is up in the Red Sox bullpen. Wrap foul down by his shoe tops. Cisnero, a product of the Astros Dominican Academy, signed with Houston as an 18-year-old amateur free agent back in 07. There's 1-2 is lined into center field, a base hit for Nava. His second hit of the game. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, earlier we asked fans what they feel John Lackey will bring to the overall success of this starting rotation, what kind of impact they'll have, and here are some of our best answers brought to you by AT&T. Berlin says, there's no doubt if he's healthy, the Sox will benefit. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. Charlie said, when Lackey, he can eat up a ton of innings. He can take a load off that bullpen. And last but not least, Lackey brings a lot of experience and works hard to be great. He's the perfect guy to round up a solid rotation.
Well, John Lackey very good today as Dustin Pedroia takes a pitch up high. Pedroia walking in the first inning, flying out to center in the third. He doubled and scored in the fifth. Cisnero falling behind 2-0. Carlos Pena coming over. A little encouragement from his first baseman. And a balk has been charged. And Bo Porter's coming out and find out what he did.
I don't think you can come out to argue a balk.
No.
You see right there, he took the ball out of his glove. That's why they called the balk, and it was called by a couple of different umpires. He had the ball in his glove, took it out, and put it back in. Now they were explaining to Cisnero exactly what he did. He was confused on why they called the balk.
Well, it's time now for today's Twisted but True fact. Dustin Pedroia stole his 6th base of the season last night, the most for a Red Sox second baseman in the month of April since 1920. He matched the April theft number of Jerry Remy, who stole the same number in 1978 and 1979. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is a refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. When I first saw that, Jerry, I thought,
1920, did you say?
Yes, that's what I thought it said. And so, no, it's. Let's see this again. The most for a Sox second baseman in the month of April since 1920.
Yeah.
He matched the April theft number of Jerry Remy, who stole the same number in 1978 and 1979. So it's actually been done 78 and 79.
I did it in 78 and 79, right. And then somebody did it in 1920.
Prior to that.
Yeah, that was not me in 1920.
High fly ball down the left field line. Is it going to be fair? It is going to be foul. Pedroia making a bid for his first home run of the year.
Again, that breeze pushing this ball into foul territory. When it left the bat, it looked like it had a chance, but then it gets high enough, and that breeze takes over and pushes it into foul territory.
This one foul back.
Very close to Alan Ashby, who reaches out for it. Doing the television for the Houston Astros. Former catcher for the Astros.
Lined and caught at third base by Dominguez. Took a look at second, but no chance to double off Nava. So 1 out, a runner at second, and Big Papi coming up. Ortiz is singled back in the first inning. He singled the center field in the first and sent a fly out to center, and then flied out to the warning track in left field. And Fernando Martinez was backed up against the wall to make the grab as Ortiz takes strike one.
I'm a little bit surprised they're pitching to Big Papi in this situation. I thought maybe they'd walk him, try to set up an inning double play. Napoli on deck. Righty against righty, but they choose to go after Ortiz.
And he promptly lines one towards the corner in right field. Around from second base comes Nava. He'll score the Red Sox 6th run. Big Papi into second with an RBI double.
Well, David again using all the field, this time pulling the ball. Looks like he gets a fastball inside, or at least out over the plate, and hooks it right down that right field line. Second RBI for Ortiz, 11 total since returning to the Red Sox. And the Boston Strong motion back into the dugout.
8-game hitting streak for Ortiz this season, and 6 of them have been multi-hit games. As the pitch is outside to Mike Napoli, 1 for 3. He struck out twice today and singled. That's a strike, 1-1. But Norris in 6 innings charged with 5 runs. Cisnero giving up a run here so far in the bottom of the 7th inning. Balk was costly as he got Nava into scoring position, and Ortiz brings him in. Strike over the outside corner. The Yankees finishing off a 4-game sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays today, winning 3-2. It's gone final from New York, and the Astros will be headed there next to New York after this game today. Not sure how the Yankees are getting it done with the roster they're using right now, but they are.
Getting contributions out of guys they really never expected to. Lyle Overbay with a home run today for him.
They beat R.A. Dickey today, and they beat David Price earlier this week. Two-two pitch. Napoli strikes out. Fastball that was up 93 miles an hour. 2 down.
Every time Napoli has struck out in this game today, it's been on a fastball that's been up and away from him. Did have that single back in the 4th inning, but again, that fastball above the belt, just under the letters and to the outside part of the plate. Everything away in that at bat.
2 outs here in the 7th inning. Mike Carp, the batter. Walked in the 1st inning, singled in the 4th, and doubled in the 5th inning. S&S Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2013 season. S&S Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run hit by the Red Sox. To date, $11,500 has been donated. S&S Express, committed to helping the cause. 1-1 is on the outside corner. Mike Carp with a look back at Jordan Baker, home plate umpire. In there for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cisnero. The Red Sox add a run and take a 6-1 lead at the end of 7.
Smart Pay. It's the one-of-a-kind program that saves you 10 cents on every gallon of gas every day. Join for free at CumberlandFarms.com.
Well, we head into the 8th inning back at Fenway Park. Red Sox tacking on a run in the bottom of the 7th to take a 6-1 lead and move on to their third pitcher of the game. Koji Uehara appears in his 12th game of the year. No record, but a 1.86 earned run average, 9 2/3, 12 strikeouts to just 1 walk for Uehara. Red Sox also with a defensive change coming into this inning as Johnny Gomes, who has made some nice catches each of the last 2 nights out there in left field, takes over for Mike Karp in left. It's been very impressive to see him the last couple of nights here at Fenway Park. 2 nights ago, laying it out, able to make the grab here on Friday night. And last night, a ball appeared was going to get over his head. Goes back and makes the late lunge to make the grab on the dirt of the track. So Gomes into the game here in left field as we begin the 8th inning. And it is Jason Castro who leads it off for the Astros. Clayton Mortensen worked the 7th inning, going 1 inning. Didn't give up a hit or a run. Did not walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. John Lackey today going 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He's the pitcher of record at the moment. The 0-1 pitch, he'll miss inside. One is in the air to left field, sending Gomes back front of the wall to make the catch. Back there with room to spare. First out of the 8th. Let's send it down to Jenny.
Well, Don, Carlos Pena actually grew up in Massachusetts, went to school at Northeastern, and his family was actually in town in Boston when the bombings happened on Monday, and he couldn't get a hold of his sister. He said it was a helpless feeling as he waited to get that text message that came 10 minutes later. Pena said he's proud to call himself a Bostonian and called the city united and strong.
As Jenny mentioned, growing up in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and the pride of Northeastern, as Carlos Pena has gone on to a very good major league career. Still a very tight-knit family. And Pena bats here with 1 out in the 8th. And there for strike 1. Certainly one of the thrills for Carlos Pena in his career was playing for the Red Sox. Had a walk-off home run here at Fenway Park down the right field line in his brief stint with Boston, as he was a member of the Sox in 06. 18 games with the Red Sox. This is with the shift on by the dive. And Will Middlebrooks and out into center field. Pena's got his 2nd hit. 3rd time he's been on today. Well, some rehab stints going on with the Pawtucket Red Sox today. Joel Hanrahan going an inning, throwing 17 pitches. And Craig Breslow going 2/3 of an inning. He threw 26 pitches. Taking on the Columbus Clippers today. And in that game, Daisuke Matsuzaka started for Columbus. He is in the Indians organization, and he left the game with an injury today. But Daisuke getting the start. One out, one on. Ronnie Cedeno. He'll take a pitch for a strike over the outside corner, and quickly down 0-2.
Some question whether Hanrahan or Breslow would be back first, and John Farrell saying this morning that it'd probably be Hanrahan because he had the benefit of spring training. Breslow was really out most of spring training, so he needs a little bit more work on rehab assignments.
0-2 is skied to right center. Ellsbury over into right center. will put it away for the second out of the 8th. Are you a leader of a group of 20 or more? A Red Sox game at Fenway Park is the perfect place for your next outing. Call 617-226-6835 to plan the perfect trip today. And a great crowd on hand here today at Fenway, and lots of sunshine. Home plate is covered in the shadows at the moment as Uehara stares in, and Fernando Martinez takes a look at strike one. Martinez fly to right in the first. He struck out in the 4th and again in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
Back-to-back split-fingered fastballs from Uehara to quickly get ahead 0-2. Looks like another one.
This one gets by and to the backstop, so Pena will take second base. Wild pitch charge to Uehara.
Yeah, that one bouncing in the dirt and getting by Saltalamacchia, and easily on a second base goes Pena to get in scoring position.
This one fouled off to the left out of play.
After those 3 splitters, a little bit late on that swing by Martinez. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone, and you can see Uehara going to up and away with the fastball after the 3 splitters.
1-2 is hooked on the ground, and a couple of hops to Pedroia. Throws to first for the out that ends the inning. We head for the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox on top by 5. Wrapping up Sweet Carolina at Fenway Park. 6-1 as the Red Sox have the lead coming to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Jared Saltalamacchia 1 for 3 today. Single and scored in the 4th. Cisnero back on the mound. He pitched the 7th inning and did give up a run on 2 hits. Did strike out 2 batters. Got Napoli and Carp. shift on in the infield on the right side on Saltalamacchia, but the outfield, they played for him to go the other way. That big gap out there in right center field for Saltalamacchia. Andrew Bailey up in the Red Sox pen. We've already seen Mortensen and Uehara out of that pen today. Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia strikes out. It's 3 straight strikeouts for Cisnero.
That strikeouts on a fastball, a breaking ball, and now a high fastball to Saltalamacchia. And high, I mean above the belt, in between the letters.
One out in the 8th, and Will Middlebrooks the batter. 1 for 3 today. We'll stay with Nesson after the game. For WB Mason Extra Innings Live, Hall of Famer Jim Rice will join Adam Pellerin to break down today's action, along with clubhouse reaction and John Farrell's post-game press conference. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right WB Mason. 1 out here in the 8th. And Middlebrooks swings at the 2-0 and grounds it foul. '30th pitch for Cisnero, and it is in the air to right, but right at Rick Ankiel. Now has to come in on the ball knocked down by the breeze. Turns it into a diving play for the second out.
Everything in that direction really has been an adventure today because of the wind. Ankiel at this stage of the game also fighting the sun, trying to make that play.
Two down here in the 8th. 4 in a row retired by Cisnero, and Stephen Drew coming up. Drew with a big 2-run triple back in the 4th inning. Game was tied 1-1 at the time, and he put the Sox on top 3-1. Quickly 0-2 as Drew looks back at Jordan Baker. Fouled off to the left hand, out of play. Bounce in for ball 1, 1-2. Cisnero called up on the 22nd of April, start of the year at AAA Oklahoma City. And this stint in the majors is his first. Last year splitting the year between AAA and AA. 1-2 pitch fouled off again to the left. Drew puts it in the air to shallow center. The shortstop Gonzalez is out there, and he makes the catch that ends the inning. We head for the 9th. It's a 5-run lead for the Red Sox. your New England Subaru dealers, and by Kia. Main day here at Fenway Park, and there's some more facts for you. 16 counties, 22 cities, total of 435 towns. 90% of the country's toothpick supply comes from Maine. The state bird is a chickadee, and the state treat is a whoopie pie. Some great stuff. And there it is, the state animal, the moose.
What about sheep? They got any sheep up there in Maine?
I bet you there's occasional sheep.
What's that?
I bet you there's occasional sheep.
There must be.
But
yeah.
I don't think you see them in the water like you do the moose.
No.
Or,
No.
Andrew Bailey becomes the 4th Red Sox pitcher of the day. He takes over for Uehara. 13th appearance for Bailey, a 1.59 earned run average. Getting some work here today in a non-save situation. Uehara went an inning giving up a hit, no runs. Matt Dominguez leading it off here for the Astros. Rick Ankiel and Marwin Gonzalez scheduled to bat in the 9th inning. In the air to left field, Johnny Gomes shy of the track, makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, no home runs have been hit in this game by the Red Sox, keeping their current total at 23, with Hess and Hess Express donating $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Sox home run. The 2013 total stands at $11,500. Our thanks to Hess and Hess Express, committed to helping the cause. One out in the 9th inning for Rick Ankiel. Red Sox have the shift on right side with Pedroia in short right and Middlebrooks on the right side of the infield. Ankiel 0-for-3 today. Tried to hold up and did, according to Marvin Hudson. Fouled back.
Well, Bailey has not had a lot of work get him into this ball game, trying to preserve this win for the Red Sox, and not a lot of work the last couple of days, and an off day tomorrow, so you don't want Bailey getting too rusty.
This one fouled straight back, and Ankiel stays alive. In the air to deep right field for Ankiel towards the corner, and that ball is going to jump up into the stands on a hop. A ground rule double for Rick Ankiel, and his first hit of the day.
Ankiel with 5 home runs on the season. For a second it looked like maybe number 6. He gets a breaking ball from Bailey, and he's got that uppercut swing, that low pitch, and you can see the uppercut swing right there by Ankiel. Thought maybe he had enough, but it's going to bounce and into the stands for the ground rule double with 1 out.
One out to Ankiel at second base, and Marwin Gonzalez is the batter. This is a fly ball to center field. Ellsbury's got it tracked as that's out number 2 of the 9th. Tagging at second and heading to third is Ankiel with now 2 down. Two outs for Robbie Grossman. 0 for 4 in the game. In the air to right field, struck well. On the run is Nava. He will dive and make the catch to end the game. What a play by Nava in right. And that completes the 4-game sweep of the Houston Astros. And an exclamation point from Wright.
Boy, we've seen some defense in this series, and Nava just caps it off with a great play. Diving, sunshine, wind, everything involved.
So the Red Sox able to win it 6-1 and take all 4 games from the Houston Astros and get their 18th win of the season. We'll be back with more from Fenway right after this.